And all these services that we did, we developed it in-house. All of this has been done by Tanzanians within the Vodacom family, within the Vodacom M-Pesa team, and the technology team. However, today, we're very excited to actually invite all the tech people, all the developers, all the new businesses that have been dreaming to integrate with M-Pesa to come and join us seamlessly. Today, I'm very excited to announce that we are launching the M-Pesa Open APIs that will ensure all our... Thank you. This will ensure that new businesses, developers, can immediately interact with M-Pesa at any point in time. For the past years, we've been getting a lot of requests that they want to integrate with the M-Pesa platform, be it financial services, be it new businesses, technology companies, and so on. It takes us a lot of time. And we've listened to all of you in different forums. I personally attended the last 2 innovation forums that took place in the ICT centers, and this was the number one requests. And then we said, if this is what the developing community wants, the developer community wants, if this is where the new businesses are going to thrive in Tanzania, let's do it. The team did a great effort in putting all the efforts to secure those open APIs to make sure that it's not just done in a secure manner, but in a fast manner. Today, if you've got a prototype that you actually want to test your payment methodology with your business through the open APIs, you can actually do it in 24 hours. We've done that and we've tested it. So we're very proud of what we've done so far. And we're very excited to invite all the developers community. We're very excited to see new businesses integrating with Vodacom Tanzania and with M-Pesa. What will this do? If you think about it today, with the job markets and what's happening around the world, we believe that the small medium enterprises sector is one of the most growing sectors that will flourish the economy in Tanzania. But what's really important is to enable such a sector with a very important platform that will enable them all to be part of it, right? Because at the end of the day, you can have the idea, you can have the business, but how will you get the payments done, right? And today, if we think from where we are today, we've got over 8 million customers that are using M-Pesa. This can be shared across the entire community. And we want to invite more people. We want our customers to experience better financial ecosystems across the country. Trust me, in Tanzania, we're way ahead versus a lot of other countries, even in Europe and the US, when it comes to payments. And we want to do even better, and we want to flourish more. So this provides opportunities of new businesses, labor, employment, getting all the technology that you can learn, build up your own business, and accelerate it, and ensure that you can earn and deliver your own personal revenue as fast as you can. You can try, fail, learn, but try again. But that's the beauty of it. The integration is very easy and simple and quite fast, and the team has done a tremendous job to ensure that you guys are being serviced and easily integrated. With that, I want to huge opportunities out there, lots of payment thoughts out there that I've been talking to a lot of the developers around it, and they're very keen to integrate with it. So here you go. Starting from today, we invite you all to join our M-Pesa Open API. So karibu everyone, and I look forward to see new businesses, new platforms integrating with M-Pesa Open API. With that, I thank you again all for being part of this, and I want to make sure that all your questions are being answered. So please, if I can welcome the panel here that will be part of that, karibu sana, and thank you all.
Asante sana Hisham. May I please welcome Edgar Masawe. Makofi kwake tafadhali. So he'll walk us through the API demo, and he also has a team with him. Are you ready, sir? Are you supercharged?
Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Are you ready? Yes. I cannot hear you. Are you ready? Yes. If you've downloaded Vodacom app, say yeah. Yeah. I cannot hear you. Say yeah. Yeah. If you've downloaded M-Pesa app, say yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm so excited for the next session that I'm going to have. Something that is very passionate and close to my heart. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, check, check. 1, 2. Check. Can you hear me? Check, can you hear me? Check. Check, can you hear me? Check. Oh, you can now hear me. Check. Oh, you can hear me now. Check. Apologies. These are the issues that Open API will be able to sort out. Thank you. Yeah, now it's better. Are you still excited? I'm so excited for the next session, really. It's something that is very close to my heart. I'm so passionate and committed to see the development community in our country go to the next level. In the country right now, we're talking about industrialization. Be able to produce something and export it to other nations. Yeah? But mostly it's being talked about physical stuff, something tangible, something you can touch, like agricultural stuff, like manufactured stuff. But what if we also talk about the skills, the knowledge, the IPs? What about exporting our apps to other nations? We will talk about it this afternoon. So when M-Pesa started, it was a standalone application where money can be sent from one person to the other. Then we open it up for other business to connect to M-Pesa. Things like Luku, paying for TV subscription, paying for government bills, and so forth. But yes, we integrated thousands and thousands of businesses already in the ecosystem. But the experience is not the best. As the previous speaker said, at Vodacom, innovation is our heartbeat. We live innovation. Every time we look what we can make it better, what we can make it more seamless, improving the user experience. So this afternoon, we're going to talk about that. So during the integration, connecting a business to M-Pesa, there are so many challenges. One of the biggest challenges is when a business integrates to M-Pesa, it needs a support personnel within M-Pesa to assist that business. So you can imagine thousands and thousands of requests to integrate to M-Pesa, and there are a team of people that are seated, ready to take those requests and assist that business until it is integrated. But remember, this is the same team that is busy innovating, it's the same team helping other people. And it's the same team that are working from 8 to 5 shift. So you can imagine, if you're in a different time zone, you'll be having a problem. Yeah? Another biggest issue, I call it VPN nightmare. For those of you who don't know what VPN is, it's in a very lame language, is like passing fresh water in the middle of the ocean. What do? You create a tunnel, you create a pipe, whereby fresh water can pass in, and it will not be contaminated with the salt water. So that is basically, in a nutshell, what VPN is. Yeah? So for the communication to be effective between M-Pesa ecosystem and a business or a partner, we have to create a secure channel, customers, making sure every person is connected, making sure customers are connected. But VPN, it has excluded some of the businesses to be integrated to M-Pesa platform. Another big problem is the documentation, and this is the industry issue. So at the first time, or at the beginning, you have the documentation, how to integrate with the platform. And it went out maybe several years or several months ago, but you've done an update of that documentation. But for some reason, that document is not up to date because it's a physical document. You have a document from last year, but today it is no longer viable. So most people struggle because of documentation. So they follow the documentation, they test it, it's not really working or does not produce the same result as what it says in the documentation. So due to this, a lot of time is lost. A lot of time is lost, and in turn, it is a lost opportunity. It is cost to the business because they have to hold resources, integrating, working in application to be able to integrate with M-Pesa ecosystem. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you M-Pesa Open API. Yeah? So it is a platform whereby businesses at one portal, they can be able to go to it at one platform and get all the M-Pesa APIs and connectivity details and guidelines. And it is purely self-service. So you can ask me, okay, so why do we need Open API platform? Yeah. So we want to democratizing connectivity to mobile money. And by the way, we have election this year, right? This month, actually. So we want to give access to more businesses to integrate with us in a very easy integration, well-defined APIs, and it is self-service. Yeah? As well, due to that, we've listened, we've heard your cry, we have removed the biggest nightmare, VPN. You guys need to clap for this. Even if you don't understand, clap for this. It's a very big pain for so many businesses, especially small businesses, especially the people we want to empower, the startups, the people that are in university, that are about to graduate in the first year. They want to test the concept. They are all excluded, but now you'll be included. So removed VPN, and as well there's something called SSL certificate. So in integrating with M-Pesa, especially for very sensitive APIs, such as business to customer. Business to customer is like moving money from your bank account to M-Pesa. That is very sensitive. It, apart from being a secure channel, VPN, but as well, there is another thing, another layer of security, which is SSL certificate. All of those are removed. Technology has moved. We can be able to reach and have the same level of security without this, okay? So we'll talk about it as we go forward. As well, another big plus is the documentation. Now documentation, you're not being sent a document, you're not being sent a PDF file for you to go and read. Everything will be in the portal, and it will be up to date. So with this, with a few people we've tested with the startups, once you give them access to this portal, to this application, they don't ask you anything. They'll tell you, I'm ready now to launch my service. Yeah? And the biggest thing also, exporting our talent, exporting our skills, exporting our innovation to the rest of Africa, Open API will be able to cater for you. So you can imagine, with the same way you've integrated into the Open API in Tanzania, your app tomorrow can be launched in Kenya. Your app the next day can be launched in Mozambique, can be launched in Lesotho, can be launched in Ghana. You don't need to change anything with the same connection. Of course, you have to follow the regulatory requirement on those countries to open your accounts and everything, but in terms of the effort for you now to do technically, you're done, you're complete, yeah? So I'm expecting to see a lot of innovation exporters from this panel, from this session, yeah? And also, we're giving controls of the APIs. So before it was APIs is just a format, how the protocol, how you integrate with M-Pesa. So we tell you, if you want to send a mobile number, put it like this and in this tag. The amount, put it in this tag and in this way, and so forth. That is what the API is, for those of people who are wondering what API is. So with this, we are giving you more control to your API, the business owner plus your technical team. Because at times, even for, especially for small businesses, they don't have the capability to have a strong technical team. So they can say, yes, we've done a particular thing that you told us, but actually that thing is not done. So we have empowered business owners to be able to take control of those APIs. Like, you can say, I want my VPN, my APIs to work, the integration between my application and M-Pesa to work only from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., for example, in the evening, only. So whatever your use case is, what you want to do, but I want only to be available on those times. For example, maybe you want to give rewards to a person. You say, I run a competition, and the competition is from 8 a.m. to 5. So if there's any transaction before 8 a.m., any transaction after 5 or after 6, it should not work. So you don't need to now to sleep worrying with that transaction really not happening. We give you the power. You can define it yourself. And as well, you can limit the amount in a single transaction. For example, if it is a payment to a particular, if it's a reward, or if it is a particular amount of money to be paid to a particular customer, you can say the maximum should be 50,000, for example. Anything above that, reject. So these things were supposed to be done by your development team or the developer, but we're giving you another layer of security for you to be able to take control of your API. And as well, you can be able to limit the session transaction value. When we say, what we call session, in the defining of the application or the API that you want to do, we give you power to say, I'm creating what we call session keys. And this session key will be valid only for these hours or these days. So it will be valid for 7 days, it will be valid for 1 hour, for 6 months, for 1 year. We give you that power. But you can say within that session time, the maximum amount should be a particular amount. We give you that power. As well, you can limit the session, the number of session in that, number of transactions in that session. So you can say, I expect people to be paid, 100 people to be paid in this session. I've created my session key. So anything above, if it is 101, it will be rejected. And as well, I can be able to limit session customer value, how many customers can be able to transact and so forth. And as well, you can be able to limit the source that request is coming from. Remember, this platform, it is on M-Pesa. So it's like we are giving you access to our ecosystem, and then you integrate from your application to our ecosystem. So it's like we have extended our servers to you, yeah, and it is self-service. So you can even limit and say, I have 3 servers, only these 3 servers can be able to access my application within M-Pesa. So the APIs, what APIs are available? Yeah? So in this version, the first verse, we have this API which are available. So we have the well-known, the well-defined, everyone knows about it. We have what we call customer to business API, or formally or popularly known as C2B or wallet W2B. Yeah? So these are like your payment to Luku, paying for your TV subscription, government payment, and also M-Pesa to the bank. Yeah, so this is a very common API, and everyone, you have used it in one time in your life. So as well, that will be there, and it will be the normal C2B, and as well the USSD push. The B2C, this as well, it is a business to customer payment, whereby a business is paying a customer. It can be use cases like paying salary, or moving money from your bank account to your M-Pesa, or it can be receiving a cash reward from M-Pesa. So this one, everyone knows about it. You have used it somehow in your life. I'm sure 100% of that. And now introducing new API. For the first time, are now publicly available in this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the B2b API. So B2b API is when now a business wants to pay another business. So for example, you have a collection account where people are paying your business with M-Pesa. You have an app where people are paying to that app. But now it has reached, those quotas to pay your return, your tax returns, right? You just go, you can be able to take money from your business account where people are paying you and pay straight to TRA. Yeah? So this is the first time this API, it will be available. You can pay for Luku from your business account, your collection account. You can be able to pay for lunch to your employees. For example, you want to take your employees or your team out from that business account, you can be able to pay them at maybe KFC or another merchant or another Lipa number. So this is a very exciting, and this is a very, 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 very powerful API. If you can be a person who can be able to imagine, you can do a lot with this. Yeah. So some of these APIs, you need a special permission, but it is available for you to play with. Yeah. Another powerful, powerful API for the first time, introducing to you Direct Debit API. So this is another very, very powerful API. For example, you have a business and you expect people to pay you in a regular basis. For example, a subscription. So you expect in every 24th, in every 29th, in every 1st, in every 5th of the month, I should receive payment. And instead of your customers to manually come and be able to pay, you can automate it. So you can go to the, you can configure API. With this, you'll send a request to the customer. The customer has to give their consent and say, yes, I allow direct debit to be done on my account. If they say okay, so every month or upon that frequency you've configured, money will be deducted in the customer's wallet. This is a very innovative, new, powerful, powerful API. You can do a lot with this. Just be creative. Another powerful API, now also coming to the masses, is a transaction query status. So at times, at the end of the day, these are systems. At times, things go wrong. A transaction is done, but it has ambiguous status. It is not known if it is successful or it has failed. So we are empowering now the business, we're empowering the startups, we are empowering the owner of an app from the University of Dar es Salaam to check the status of that transaction, if it was successful or not successful. Another very powerful, powerful API to improve customer experience, to improve the user experience of your product, of your app, and for them to enjoy using your services. Another very, very powerful API introducing to you for the first time, a powerful, powerful API. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the Reversal API. So for now, if something goes wrong, if you have paid to a wrong account, if you have paid to a wrong, maybe instead of paying your DSTV ya kwako, ukamlipia mama, you didn't want to do that, for example, or you pay to a wrong Luku account, yeah, it will be successful, right? You'll be able to purchase it. or you pay a subscription to a wrong account, but it is supposed to be reversed. So for that transaction to be reversed, we have to share files the next day. And for you to say, yes, I want transaction A, B, C, D to be reversed back to my account or back to the customer. So now we are getting rid of that. We are giving you power. We're giving the development community power to be able to reverse those transactions. This is a very powerful API to improve customer experience, to improve how people interact with your application, and then to enjoy more your services. Are we still together? So I want to take you through how this system works. And really, how we design this, as Hishama said, these things, they look very sophisticated. I mean, it is very sophisticated to create them. It is very complex to bring them to life. But for the user point of view, it is very simple. To achieve simplicity, it takes a lot more work. Yeah? So this open API, it is not really targeted only for the technical savvy, for people who know how to develop and stuff. We've put a lot of capabilities. If for people who love technology, who want to do things, but they're not very technical savvy, open API, it is very, very friendly to you. With a simple documentation, you yourself, even if you're not, if you can use Microsoft Word, if you can use Excel, you can be able to use this. Very, very straightforward. Very simple stuff. So this is a login page where, as a developer, you can log in as a developer or you can log in as an organization. Organization now, this is a business owner. So you can be able to log in and as well you can be able to sign up to open an account. And anyone can open an account at any time. You just need your email address. That's it. So anyone can play with it. Anyone can open it. Standard 7 person, our young sisters that are in from 4, they can be able to open an account. Anyone, yeah? And we're very powerful, good apps from 7-year-olds, yeah? Now technology has really changed. And for the level of security, it has two-factor authentication. Once you log in, there is a OTP, one-time password that will be sent via Google Authenticator for us to really know it is you who is accessing the platform. Very simple. Anyone can do. If you can open an account, email account, you can do this, right? So after logging in, there is proper documentation. And this documentation is up to date. It is not like the 1 year ago, 3 months ago, it is up to date. So everything here, you find it is purely working. It is up to date. So how do you create an application? It is as simple as ABC, yeah? So you just go to applications, you create your normal API. So this is a sample of the application you can be able to create. Very basic. If you want to add new, you just add another API. Anyone can do this. Anyone. You don't need a master's in nuclear physics to do this. Anyone can do it. I'll see you, Jamani. So here you put your application name, the version, description, and for sandboxing, for testing, we auto-generate a key, the session key, I've told you. This is what is the level of security that you have. And that session key, you have to say for how long that session key should work. So right here, you say, I want that session key to be, for example, this is example, 1 hour. So whoever sent the transaction, within 1 hour I've created this, it will work. So you can say I want it for 1 year, so you put here 365 days, and here you change from hours to days, it will be valid for that. And you can say I want requests to come from this particular source, particular IP address. If you want from any source, you just put asterisk. And these are the APIs that you can be able to choose. As I said, the B2b API, B2C, C2B, single transaction, reversal, and so forth. And I've said we give you power for the APIs. So you can limit the user time, limit single transaction value, limit session transaction value. We give you power. If you don't want, you want everything by default, you can leave it like that and be able to create. With that, it's basically done. it's basically done. So we give you power to be able to test these APIs. And on the production, imagine guys, on the production, we give you up to 3 numbers for you to be able to test. You can specify them from my organization. I want to test with these 3 numbers. You can put them there for your application during development and during testing. Yeah? And this is another very, very powerful thing. Yeah? So, I've told you, you don't need to be very technical savvy to know these things, development and be able to use Open API. Tunakupa desa. Yeah? Tunakupa desa. We give you sample codes. You don't need to think and how do I do that? How do I, you go to Stack Overflow, you go to the internet and search for codes. How can I integrate? We give you sample codes so that you can be able to concentrate on what is more important to you. So leave these things to us. Yeah? So, and these sample codes, I am a desa. Ili desa, it is available in so many popular languages. It is available on .NET, it is available on Android, it's available in Java. This is a sample from the Java language. So you don't need really to understand these things. You just copy, and we tell you where to change. So we tell you, just change here, put this, and you're good to go, yeah? It's available on PHP, it's available on Python and Ruby. So I'm sure your programming language of choice, it is here. Unaona, tunakupa data. You don't need really to think and know these things to be able to use it, yeah? So that is basically how it works for the developer. And that is very, very basic, very easy. Anyone can do this, anyone. If you know how to read a storybook, you can be able to do this, yeah? So for the organization part now, yeah? So in terms of organization, the normal process of opening an account with M-Pesa follows. So this is highly regulated by the regulator. So your account is created, and as well you'll be given what we call an operator ID or username for that account. So you use it to log in here, and after logging here, you can invite a developer to work on your business. So there are so many developers registered with the platform. You can say, I want this developer, and you can invite them to come to your organization. And remember, this is after you have tested, you have played with the application, you are sure now I'm about to go live. This is what you, so this you don't do during testing. So this you do when you want now to take your application to the public, yeah? So you can invite a developer, they can come and be part of your project, be part of your organization to work in a particular thing that you want them to do. It is very easy. And the good thing is, this platform is available from now. So if you're here, if you want to test it, if you want to log in, you can be able to go to this URL and you can be able to register yourself and play with APIs. So you can even take it to your daughter, 7-year-old, you can take it, you know, we want Tanzanians, we want startups from this land to be empowered and really to bring their innovation to the limelight. We don't want people to be excluded, we want everyone to be included, and this is what we have done for you guys. So a lot of talking. Do you want to see just a bit of how it is, how it looks like? A small demo? So let me invite my colleagues, Ruben and Kevin. They'll assist me. So this is how a developer is logged in. So the developer is already logged in. You see, after you log in, purely documentation. So now you go to create an application. It is as simple as that. So these are the sample applications that are already there. Yeah. And if you want to add another one, simply, you just go there, you click, you put the details, and you can tell me how long does this take. Hardly it will take you 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you're done. Anyone can do it. So if you've slept at night, you have this brilliant idea you want to do, and you think, hey, how can I integrate to M-Pesa? Just go here, yeah, create yourself an account, and be able to integrate with us. It is so easy, okay? So after you've created your account, the application, you can be able now to test. So let's go to the DESA. So imagine you don't need to think how to really to write the code. Yeah. So I want to go to the DESA. Yeah. To see the sample codes. Yeah. So you decide now which language, which programming language do you want to use. Are you a PHP person? You're a Ruby person? Are you a .NET person? So you go and una copy DESA. We call it a DESA. You don't need to think. You have more important thing to think about, yeah? So you just come here, you copy. So for example, Ruben is using Java. So anachukua DESA, as simple as that. All code, the code, all of it. Imagine. So the people, they'll see, hey, this guy is a guru. Huyu jamaa ni noma. Katengeneza application in 24 hours. Yeah? How is that possible? Kumbe kuna bonge la DESA. So huyu jamaa, he has taken the DESA, he's pasted it in the IDE. This is a development environment. Yeah. So this is what it is. This is Eclipse, for example. Yeah. So you know, if you want to do something, you have to study a little bit more. Eh? So you know there's an Eclipse. Yeah. So the idea does not come just to pass like that. Yeah. You have to really a little bit know. A little bit, kidogo. Yeah. YouTube kibao zipo za hivi vitu. Yeah. So ameshaweka DESA lake pale. Now you want to test. You want to test to file transaction. And during the testing first, we give you test MSSDNs. There are test MSSDNs where they are already defined with the different error codes. So if it is an invalid number, you'll be able to see it, how the response comes. So you can build your application end to end without talking to anyone. So you can start your project at 6 p.m. in the evening, and at 9 you are ready to go live. As simple as that. Yeah. So these are the sample customer mobile numbers for you to test, and they'll give you the response code. So for example, this guy is sending a request to one of the application he has done, and it is saying successfully processed and all those details. So you don't need to understand everything, but you see this is what? Successful. Okay, so that is a simple, this is what is happening behind the app. So you've seen those apps, they're beautiful, but behind it, this is what is really happening, yeah? So you can be able to do this, yeah? Mesoma biology, right? Mesoma like chemistry. This is simpler than chemistry. You can be able to do this. So after that, now, let's say now we are tested and we are happy, we want to go live. So as an organization, what does the organization do to promote my application to go to live? So the developer is tested, the business owner is already invited someone to be able to come and to deploy that application in their business account. So they are like the developers for this account. Can you see the developers? So these are the developers. So once we want to take the application live, the developer will just say, I'm ready for my application to go live, send it for review. It will go to the business owner. Once the business owner says, I'm happy, so the business owner and the developer can be the same person, by the way, yeah? When they say, I'm happy, your application is live. It is as simple as that. Anyone can be able to do it. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. Thank you so much for your interest. And anyone really can be able to do it. And we have done some few tests with some few companies. Do you want to hear some testimonials? How easy it was? So welcome to see testimonials on some of our developers. Thank you so much.
from the beginning, we were trying to find a better way to integrate payment systems into our mobile app, and we approached Vodacom. So, we were seeking to get an account for M-Pesa so that we can accept payment using push USSD. The biggest benefit was the simplicity and the development time. We used it was very fast to integrate, it was very responsive, and it was very well designed. From the developer perspective, actually the documentation are very nice. You can just use it without any help from Vodacom. But to make it into production, you need assistance from Vodacom. I think everyone can use it depending on what they are doing. As I said, there is a business part and there is a developer part. If you are not using Open API right now, you are missing out, because it has been a while we are looking for something like this. In Tanzania, we didn't have these kind of payment systems in place. I think Open API is revolutionary, first, because in Tanzania, we didn't have that problem of payment processors. But now I think it's going away. You should try it, And it's very easy because you don't even need to open a real business account to test on it. You can just create an account and test it on your project. Then when you are satisfied, you can release it by using your business account.
When we applied to integrate a USSD push to our SMX app, then after completing the whole process, we were subject to this Open API thing. And then we go through processes and then we integrate to our SMX app. It's easy to integrate USSD push to our application, which is making easy to collect funds from our users in SMX app through USSD push. It is very easy to use on our user side and integrating process, all of it. On the integration side, it requires a little bit of technical knowledge, but with the straightforward documentation, it doesn't require any assistance from Vodacom. Integration to our business applications, it was very successful and it's well operating. It is not for professionals in IT. I'm just a civil engineer guy, but yet I can master the dashboard for Open API on organization side. What I can advise other people, this is a solution for young guys and organizations who need to find solution on IT ideas which need transfer of money, either disbursement or collection. Then this is the best thing to implement in their programs. Finally, I would love to thank Vodacom for introducing this Open API, because it's going to be of greater advantage to our SMX app for collecting funds from our app users, also disbursing funds to our publishers who will be publishing in our e-commerce Android application SMX app.
Please put your hands together for the future. That's right. Are you excited? Surely, right? Do you have questions? Kama mna maswali, let's take one or two questions. Edgar, where is you and your team? Your team was kind of invisible. Could everybody come up to apige makofi mengi sana? Angalia vijana hawa. Please introduce them as I take the mic to the floor.
Yeah, this is Kevin and Ruben. Very wonderful, dedicated, passionate people that have brought a lot of M-Pesa innovation to life.
Very quickly. Anyone with a question? Naomba mtu afungue tafadhali. Be excited about it. Uliza swali, tupeleke katika mtazamo tofauti kabisa. Any ideas? Imeeleweka vizuri sana, sihitaji kabisa. Hiyo taa inanifanya nisione. Tumulike mikono. Anyone with any question? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Tumpigie makofi, asante kwa kutufungulia bwana. Naomba ujitambulishe, unatokea wapi na uliza swali lako.
Mimi naitwa Paul. Na startup yangu inaitwa Caspay. Kwanza kabisa niwapongeze kwa kazi nzuri mliyofanya. Hichi ni kitu ambacho kimesubiriwa sana kwenye developer community. Lakini swali moja tu haraka, mna support pia aggregators kwa hii phase 1? Asante.
All right, Edgar.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, we integrate with aggregators. But you know, to be aggregator in Tanzania, there is a regulatory requirement with BOT. Once you have cleared that, you can come and see our business team. You can be onboarded.
All right, cool. Kwa kweli jibu ni zuri, umeridhika kakangu? Piga makofi wewe kwanza basi kwanza na sisi tukushangilie hapo hapo. All right, another hand very quickly. Here we go. Okay, safi kabisa, vijana mnachangamka.
Habari, naitwa Robin, natokea Click, ni digital agents. For us developers, this is like Christmas, kwa sababu it has been a while for sure. Kwa hiyo hongereni sana. So my question ni kwamba, kuna uwezekano wa kutengeneza wrappers as in packages for things like Flutter. Nimeona you're not supporting Swift, so could we like create a wrapper, and would it be okay for you guys to like take us in, as in not take us in, as in mtu akitengeneza a wrapper akaiweka kwenye pubs, would it be fine with you?
Yeah, and basically there's a part I didn't come to it as well. This would support, there'll be a community built around it. So it's not just a platform, but as well it's a community whereby developers can come and exchange ideas. If you have an issue, you can post it there and your fellow developers can be even to help you. So that is possible. And as well, you can translate whatever you have to whatever is there. And this is not the end. Yeah. We are here to innovate.
Thank you. My Christmas has come early.
And the Christmas colors are in the room. Safi kabisa. Kumbe kuna watu wanajua wanazungumzia nini. Third question. Rappers nini? I'm like, okay, rapper ya chocolate?
Thank you very much. It's very interesting. I'm Zakar Solomon, a licensed consultant from EMS Global Limited. My question is on either administrative or regulatory perspective. You know, we own businesses, and sometimes we find ideas that you can develop and incorporate it into ecosystem, as you mentioned, as you presented. My question is, if I come with a product, which I name it very different from my name of my company, because if my company is EMS Global, I come with a product called A product or B product. Maybe every day I come with a new product or application that I want to register, and I come to Vodacom for that integration and everything. So when it comes to regulations, that each product to be innovated should be new, or first up, let's say that it should be registered and go through all TNA registration, license and everything, but I own the company with different company, that is primary company. All those products or prototypes are now parts of my main company or primary company. I'm asking on how you integrate those different 3 or 4 prototypes that comes from just one primary company. Thank you.
Okay, I think I should take that as well. Yeah, so in terms of you testing your idea, you don't need to come to us, you don't need to come to anyone. You can just register your account and we give you a test account on the sandbox and you play as much as you can. But once you want to take it live to production, for everyone to see, there is a regulatory requirements. You know, we are also bound by rules and policies of the country. So even if you have one company, but so many products, there are people like that. So you just register those brand name, business name under your company, and that is allowed. So they are all under one umbrella, but they have different brand names. Yeah, like they are all under Coca-Cola, but you have Fanta, Pepsi, Sprite, and so forth. I don't know if I've responded to your question.
Are you happy, sir? Okay, hold on a second, just additional to that very quickly.
Yes. Just additional question is, to which name now the client will be paying for, because this is payment procedures. Unanilipa product A, lakini principal company was or is EMS Global. Now when you make that transaction, it mention jina la company X or jina la product. That's where we something goes.
Yeah, I've understood. So the company name is MS, and then the product is called like A, right? Once you have registered A and a brand name or a company name umbrella, if you bring that to us, we can be able to change. Instead of going to reading MS, it will read A. You are paying to A. That is there, and the people have done that.
All right, that's the gentleman to see. Edgar, Ruben, naomba usogee kati tafadhali, na Kevin, naomba mpige picha pamoja hapa mbele. What I've heard from these guys this evening, especially this guy, he says that's possible. Yes, that's possible. That's possible. What is possible? The future is possible. Tuwapige makofi mengi sana. Hongereni sana.
Can I call Safari and Silvanos, please?
Safari and Silvanos, please.
These are my
come through, and
teammates.
Hisham, are you coming through as
Amazing
well?
people. Yeah, thank you, Sham. And Epimark. Woo woo!
Yeah, the future is exciting. Hakuna anyone over 30 hapo. Kabisa yani. Si ndio eh? Si mnaona eh? No one over 30. Kwa hiyo kwa kweli for the next 30 years it's going to be pretty exciting. Ongereni sana makofi. Hayo yote utaniachia microphone yangu kwenye kiti. Nitashukuru sana. Congratulations guys. Na asanteni sana kwa kuweza kutupitisha kwenye the M-Pesa Open API. Lakini it's not over, right? We'll be back. Now, the next part, which is also extremely fascinating. Naomba kwanza tuwapige makofi vijana wetu wa T-Africa. Wanakuja kutuburudisha, kisha baada hapo tuweze kuleta panel yetu. T-Africa.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Probably like that. Yeah, I know that, dude.
Choma kwanza hapo, choma kwanza hapo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I like woo. Woo. Say that again. Woo. Asanteni sana to Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to business. RVP. Are we enjoying ourselves? Tunaona manufaa yake API, open API? Can we truly see it? Mimi nilikuwa naona namba nyingi sana, lakini possibilities na applications zake naziona. I'm just looking for a developer. Ngoja. When we are done with the event, to remain for a little bit for lunch, RVP, grab a developer. RVP. All right, let's continue. It's my great pleasure right now to call for a panel discussion ambapo tunakaa kwenye mkao wa jopo, and to run that is none other than the very talented Cleopatra. Okay, very well. I've just been told that I need to rearrange my stage a little bit. I'm moving too fast. Lakini ndio kasi tuliokuwa tunazungumza, si ndio? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, since morning, kwanza tumeanza na the relaunch of 2 super applications. This is just the beginning, trust me. Tumekuwa tunazitumia, tumezizoea kidogo, then tumezi revamp kidogo na kwa sana tu, na tumeona applications zake. Hope you've experienced it outside as you walked in. Moja kabla we started, secondly during the break, and of course even after wakati tunakwenda for lunch. Please engage, interact ili uweze kuzoea na mwambie mtu mwingine. Mnakumbuka hashtag zetu, si ndio eh? Moja ni msamiati au sijui ninasema neno jipya kabisa, simplifyisha maisha. Inaendana, si ndio? Vodacom, simplifyisha maisha. Safi kabisa. Kwa hiyo tumekuwa na my Vodacom app ambayo for me it's one of my personal bests kwa sababu inanisaidia kunifahamisha what am I doing with my data, how much airtime do I have. Top up inakuwa ni rahisi zaidi na sihitaji tena kuanza kuingiza the usual USD ambayo sio mbaya, lakini this is rahisi zaidi. Na pili ni app yenyewe, na kama nilivyofanya pale, wale wote ambao nimewapa soda kidogo na chocolate na nini, mmefurahi? Did you like that eh? Asanteni sana kwa kunitoa hela nyingi sana, lakini it was quite a good experience. Very fast, very convenient if you're in the office or a vending machine is anywhere close by. You just go get your snack very quickly. You're on your way within 20 seconds. Are we ready for the next part? Au bado kidogo? Maki namsubiri Epimark aweze kurudi ndani ya ukumbi. Alright, kwa hiyo hivi sasa unaweza ukiangalia pia matangazo ndani ya ukumbi yanaweza kukuelezea where we're going. Definitely, bila shaka, future ndio focus yetu. Future yetu ni innovation, na ndio maana tunasema katika kauli mbiu yetu, we're driving Tanzania towards a digitized ecosystem. Hapa tumetumia democratizing pia vile ambacho ni kitu kizuri, na mruhusu kila mtu aweze kutumia, aweze kuwa ni sehemu ya kuwa na uchumi bora katika nchi yetu ya Tanzania. Kwa Vodacom tunaendelea kuwa very innovative. I'm still looking out for Epimark. Not in the room yet, is it? Ladies and gentlemen? Not yet. Okay, sawa kabisa. I think we're almost done with that. Naomba ni Cleopatra, naomba uje mbele tafadhali. Naomba tukupigie makofi mengi sana. Na kwa namna moja au nyingine utashirikiana na mimi ili you may use the main mic. I'll just stand beside you. And that's the spotlight. Even if you don't like it, that's the spotlight. Sasa Cleopatra, Wakina Edgar, they took us through the API, the demo, application zake. You're coming in for the sit-down panel discussion. What is it about? I don't even have a title for it. What are we sitting for?
Here. Oh, okay. Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, before I even answer your question, guys, M-Pesa ecosystem is open. I don't know, we need another round of applause for that, okay? That's the first part. The future is exciting. I don't know about y'all, but the future is here. For me, the future is already here. And before I answer Taji's question, I just want a show of hands. How many people came to this session today only really sure about the apps and Open API? They were like, how many? It's okay, don't be shy. Okay. And after Edgar's presentation, how do we feel about Open API? Everybody's like, yes. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through a panel discussion. It's going to be great. We have some real smart people in the building. And we're just going to kind of delve a little bit deeper into different areas of how we think Open API is going to benefit Vodacom M-Pesa and also the digital transformation aspect and the future in general. So, does that answer your question?
Yes, so who is on the panel? Please, could you
okay,
welcome?
Dum, dum, dum,
You
dum.
got it.
Okay, so we have Director of Vodacom M-Pesa, Epimac.
He'll be joining us shortly.
Director Digital, Vodacom Tanzania, Nguvu Kamando. We have Edwin Bruno, founder and CEO of Smart Codes Limited. We have one of the software developers who've actually made use of our Open API, and he's going to talk about it a little bit today. Elias Bundala. Elias. And we have a representative from the fintech ecosystem, Onesmo Nganila. Let's give a round of applause for our panelists this afternoon. Great, great crowd. I'm so excited. So before we start, I just want to share my experience, my actual first experience I had with Open API. And this was when we had just started this project, because I'm part of the project office. Hey, I didn't introduce myself. So Cleopatra, head of planning and projects and value-added services in IT. So this is the end result, but it started from my office. So I'm really excited to be here. So I think it was sometime last year, and there was, we were preparing for our strategy to present to the executive committee sometime last year, and we were thinking with what are all the cool stuff that we can present to Exco. And we were talking about, we've done vending machines, we've done the robot, what can we do? And we had a couple of cool things, and my director went to present what the strategy was going to be for this financial year. And he came back, and his feedback was, Cleo, we want Google Voice. Just like that, we want Google Voice. Now, I'm not a developer. Yes, I'm in IT, but I don't do develop. I don't code. I can tell a developer what I want them to do and how I want it to look like, but I don't do code. So I started saying, okay, Google Voice, what does he want? What does that mean? I want to be able to search bundles using voice. The Exco wants it. We have to do it. So, I started, talking to Google partners. We have a couple of partners, people in the business, and CBU especially. I was like, do we have a Google partner I can talk to? So they connected me to some Google partners. I went around and around trying to explain what I'm trying to do. And then eventually I actually landed on somebody's desk. So I just sent an email to somebody in Google, actually in Silicon Valley, and they responded. And we had a video chat. I remember it was sometime in January or February this year. And she says, oh, that's what you're trying to do. But that's just simple. We have so many APIs exposed, here. And she just, dropped a link in the chat box. And I took that link and I dropped it to the digital team, the digital squad who actually built the My Vodacom app. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work, but you need to make it work. And that's how we have Google search by voice in our Android application of the My Vodacom app. So I just thought I should share that experience. That was the first time I actually had an experience with Open API. So I'm really excited to be here. Okay, so without further ado.
Over to you. Makofi mabibi na bwana, let's get started. Gentlemen, you may share a mic. If you're sitting close to each other, please have a seat. And this is your special mic. Karibu sana, you have another about 35 minutes or so.
Thank you. Okay, how are we all doing this afternoon, guys?
Fantastic.
All right, so M-Pesa's launch of Open APIs opens up a whole new chapter on scaling opportunities, innovation, digital transformation in the country to benefit corporate organizations and the developer community at large. How is the market poised to adapt to an API-enabled world? This is for everyone. not specific to anybody. Just want to hear your views and thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, so from the presentation, I think you have seen what the APIs are doing or what open APIs can do. I think as most of the fintech and startups have rightly said, this is something that I've been waiting for. So my background is IT, and I happen to manage in the past the integration between third parties and M-Pesa. And we had a tracker actually, we had to create a tracker to manage the SLAs because some of the integration are taking up to 4 months, and you can see them. And when you ask, is it our problem, is it third-party problem, and you find out most of the issues are from third-party. It's either VPN connectivity that they're struggling with, or the APIs themselves are so complex, they are struggling. Maybe they fired one developer, they've gone for another advanced developer. So, to be honest, this is like we are opening up M-Pesa in a very simple manner that different now businesses don't need to worry about the complexity of integrating to M-Pesa. They just need to have the idea and plug into M-Pesa and continue with whatever business they're doing. So in a nutshell, I think this will increase a lot of innovation in the country. This will lead to a lot of young people to participate now in the fintech industry and really drive forward the agenda of financial inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Cleo, I think it's a very open question, and from what we heard from the developing society, or developer society, I don't recall his name, but there's one gentleman, they say it's an early Christmas. So for me, yeah, I was excited with the announcement due to the fact that the startups guys, you know, from other programs, the digital acceleration, one of the things we were asking, and we were not ready, we were not able to give the update in terms as to when was this open API. So what impact it will bring from business point of view, I think the critical thing is time to market. So as you heard from my colleague Mark, that it took over 4 months to integrate. Now you heard from Bundala, it took less than a day. So to me that's critical. So time to market is a very critical thing, and if you can be able to reduce from 4 months to a day, that means we'll be able to change people's life, and we're gonna be able to bring positive impact to the society from the economic point of view. So to me, this is a game changer, and I'm looking forward for more positive outputs or outcomes. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Just to add on top of that, I think when we entered, a lot of developers were not sure, like, even if it's going to be a really open API for them to go and test. But of course, after Edgar's presentation, everything now we can see it's possible. I've been working with a lot of startup and developers for the years, and also myself, I'm a developer. The biggest blocker on this was the VPN, and of course people to join directly. And of course, just to explain in a very normal language is the job of developers, not just to create code, but also is to create solution. As you know, in Africa and in Tanzania as a whole, we have a lot of challenges. So the main thing is developer, what they do is trying to create a certain solution in order to simplify different type of things. So in the process of creating the simplification kind of solutions, now at the end of the day, you need to pay them, or you need to pay that ecosystem. During the payment, it was a hurdle because most of the people, they actually do payment through cash. And of course, if you want to, a developer want that cash through digitalization mode, was supposed to connect with telecom, especially Vodacom as M-Pesa. But the process for them during the idea to the implementation, it was actually taking a lot of time. I remember, of course, there was even an additional rule at which not only just a VPN, but also you need to be connected within a certain server.
Either back in the days it used to be physical server, and then they changed the rule into AWS. But all of that, that means it's gone. Within one day, for me I can say even in less than a day, you ideate to implementation. That is to say, through Vodacom as the ecosystem of that API will enable a lot of people to create different solutions. And within this, that is to say, impacting different industry and creating solution, which means indirectly, actually Vodacom, they're going to enable creating a lot of new jobs, because new solution, that means new jobs, and then at the end of the day, we're all going to be benefits. So actually, as we say, Christmas really came early. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Speaking from a business perspective, I'm just excited to bring ideas into reality working. So when you have an idea to implement something, it needs to be implemented in a simplicity. So when you had this idea from the app we mentioned, SMX app, developer was thinking that we are going to face the VPN again in integrating M-Pesa. So he had prepared the VPN, the guy knows how to do these things. So when we were contacting Kevin in Sota, he then introduced us this open API, and the guy said, wow, this, we are going to do it just very simple and easy. So he just took one day, and that it was so exciting. So we just love to thank you, Vodacom, for providing this to us.
Okay. Hello, hello? Hello? Okay, thank you so much, guys. We know that APIs are proven catalysts for disruptive business models, but also they're the future for innovation and scaling up of financial services and creating entire new markets in some instances. This question is for you, Epimac. What is the API strategy framework for M-Pesa looking like with regards to your customers and partners?
Thank you so much. I think partly we have answered that question throughout the day. I'll focus more on the strategy for us as M-Pesa, as Vodacom. So the whole way today is moving from closed loop systems. Closed loop system means we as Vodacom will be building our own services and launching our own services. Everyone now is moving to platform strategy. Platform strategy is where you open up the platform between businesses, developers to interact with customers. So today we have this big ecosystem called M-Pesa, which has got these 11 million customers. It has got over 60,000 merchants, agents, businesses, more than 3,000. And what we see, there is a need now to open it up to businesses, to fintech society, to build solutions which will connect businesses to customers, customers to agents, agents to merchants. So there is a whole ecosystem and a lot of value that can be unlocked through this strategy. So the idea here is we are making a move from a pure mobile money operator to M-Pesa being a platform whereby different businesses will be able now to create their solutions using the ecosystem that we have created of customers, of merchants, of agents, and everything. So that's the strategy. And we are starting by opening up through M-Pesa Open APIs, where we say now we welcome the world to create solutions. So the old word of us calling up people here, we say today we launch a certain product, that is going to change. It will be now different fintech and startups calling up people saying we are launching this and we have integrated with M-Pesa, it's working with M-Pesa. So that's the future, that's where we are going, that's the strategy for M-Pesa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Epimac. Guvu, how do we plan to monetize all this great stuff, all these APIs, with all the vast data assets that we have? How does Vodacom plan to monetize this great solution?
Okay, thank you, Cleo. firstly, it's not only about monetization, but also how are we going to improve experience? How are we going to continue changing people's life through technology? Now, you heard yourself from the developers and the partners from the business side that they were really struggling to get them integrated to our ecosystem without today's solution. So it's like name one country that is very difficult to go. The visa process that is very difficult. So imagine that country now is visa free. To me, this is what we have launched today. So you can go, it's just you take your bus fee or your ticket, you go. There is no visa. From today, there is no visa, it's free. So with that, it means that our journey through digitizing Tanzania has been catalyzed or has been uplifted further, because now we'll be able to bring more digital solutions, more solutions that are addressing our challenges within the country at a very quick to market, at a very low cost, at a very efficient, user-friendly, and very profitable, which it means it's not only Vodacom, but also to the society, especially developers, and of course, to the Tanzania. Now, imagine if I was planning to, say, launch 5 services this year. Now, why 5? Is because to integrate, it was taking 4 months, as you heard yourself. Now, if it will take 1 day, just a simple mathematics, you see what is now our capability in terms of launching the product. So we will be able to bring into the market a lot of digital solutions that will enhance customers and Tanzanians in general, the experience which will change the way they used to transact. So our dream to have a cashless society, our dream to have a digital enabled society will be reached easily. We will have more reason for customers to consume, because developers, there will be no headache for them again to think, oh, that VPN thing, you heard from Edgar, how difficult it is to cross over fresh water from Zanzibar to mainland, you see? So now everything has been simplified. So we don't have now excuse as to why we should not have proper solutions at a very short time to market. This, to me, goes back to what the developer said, that we have an early Christmas this year, which means they will come to us, we will partner together, and they will make those solutions they are thinking at a bigger value. At the end, we want to have Silicon Valley in there. We want to have the innovation that is happening. You heard from Edgar with regards to how we are going to export the solution outside. That's why Vodacom came with this one, with the focus on digital strategy. You heard from FMAC about platforms. That's where we are heading there. With Open API, our journey has been simplified. Thank you.
Thank you, Nguvu. I want to shift focus a little bit and talk to the developer community for a little bit. So the developer experience is key in rolling out of these APIs. So this question is for you, Edwin. Having worked with developers, being a developer yourself, you have vast experience, what are the key considerations that business should uptake to make sure that the developer experience is superior to ensure effective and smooth, seamless rollout of these APIs?
Yeah, I think the most important thing in any business and the implementers, developers, it's speed. Speed to market, speed for testing, and speed for everything. And of course, with this API, that means it's actually going to put more value into that speed. As many people say, you know, time is money. and then now time is M-Pesa. So with that on top of that, that is to say, now, because a lot of developers, I mean anyone from the university level, from secondary school, from the hubs, and even people from other corporate companies. Speed is key, and when they have a certain idea, of course they want to test it into the market. But when you want to test it into the market, that is to say, you really want to see if, even in terms of the payment, actually works. So with this new Vodacom Open API system, that is to allow people who have a quick idea to test this fast. Because especially on the startup, we know most of the people, they have a lot of idea, but not every idea is going to pass to the market. So we have a certain word in the ecosystem, we say, fail cheap and fail fast. Fail cheap, that is to say, if you're going to use Vodacom API, that means without implementing a lot of money in the system, that means it's actually cheap to implement, but not only cheap, but also faster, so that you can understand with those, I think Edgar showcased in terms of maybe 3 to 4 numbers which you can be able to test into the market to see during the research of your application, it can actually truly work. And then on top of that, actually within Speed, we have been seeing, of course, this API is going to turn out not just a Vodacom as a payment platform in terms of M-Pesa, but also acting as a marketplace. Because now we're going to have sort of like a connected API. Because even developers, when they create their own system, they open API for other platforms to do so. So all these API, when they're going to be connected, so as a marketplace, people or maybe the users and the mass will be enabled to transact without any pain, and then at the end of the day, the business and the developers to make their money on top of it quicker and faster. So we're all excited, and we are looking forward to flood the marketplace of M-Pesa API.
Thank you, Edwin. I really like that fail cheap. I'm going to use that one. I like that one. Thank you, Edwin. This next question is for you, Onesmo. As one of the first business owners to integrate to our Open API, and we saw a little bit a glimpse of your experience, your story, but just kind of elaborate on what use cases did you deploy, what is the impact so far, and anything that you can share in terms of your experience a little bit in detail. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For everyone to understand what this Open API will have impact on our business, I can explain a little bit what our application does. I would recommend to download on Play Store, but unfortunately it is still under review, so you cannot check right away. But save the name, SMix app. Anytime when it comes live, you can see the magic what this Open API does. But in short, this is how this application does. It's what is super marketplace for digital content. I mean videos, audios, PDF, words, text and images. So do trade online, it can become a publishing application. So you can publish and manage post in everything, like you manage a Facebook account or YouTube account. And on top is that feature where you can set a price for your content, and someone comes in and check out for the content, but some you can set it free. So that is the way the app does. So Open API, so I'm going to talk about the user interface when our users come to interact with this payment system from Vodacom. So when you choose lock the content which you have to pay, and you click buy or Nunua, it takes you to select payment method. So when you select Vodacom M-Pesa to pay for, what it will require is just to plug your Vodacom number into the pop-up. Once you plug it, then the request is sent to M-Pesa through this API. M-Pesa processes everything while you are still in the app. Which will just come on top of the application is USSD push for you to just plug your M-Pesa PIN to complete a payment. Once you just plug your M-Pesa PIN, done. The locked content is open, and you enjoy any entertainment found in our application. So as I have explained the payment way, the process and everything, it is very simplified, very fast, and very easy.
you see. So far from your question, what user case we have used is, so far we have used C2B to collect funds from our app users, but soon later we're going to use also B2C to distribute funds to our publishers who will be publishing our application. So once again, I thank you for this because it was easy integrating and easy operating and fast. Very thank you. Thank you, Vodacom.
Thank you, Onesmo. This question is to you, Elias. I think you've been a little bit quiet. So as the very first developer to plug into our open API system, just share a little bit of your experience. We have some fellow developers in the audience. They'll be keen to hear what are the learnings, if you have feedback for us, just anything that you would like to share on your journey.
Hi. How many are developers? Can I see? Okay, I'm talking to you guys. Have you ever tried to implement VPN? Have you? Okay, let me tell you a short story. It took us at least 2 months to configure just VPN. And after those 2 months, we learned about Open API, and we did it in a day. So you can imagine the frustration. We were so frustrated, like, why did we lose all those 2 months? While we were, that time could be used for something else. So you can just imagine what the API will help you to achieve. Another thing, the documentation is well structured, well written, simple English, a lot of examples. So I believe even a beginner, just a guy who coded like, I don't know, a single website or just a single page, can just use the API. It's very easy. And I encourage you to try it. If you remember, on the testimonial I gave, I said you are missing out. So if you are here and you don't, you are still not having an Open API account, you are missing out still. So please, if you get out of here, try to get that account and test it. It's so easy, very easy. Yani, it's like a walk on the park, you know. It's so easy. Yani. So try it, afu mtanambia.
Thank you, Elias. That's very, very encouraging, and I hope fellow developers will take that up. Tanzania has made great strides in financial inclusion, and even Isham mentioned that we are quite ahead in the whole areas of mobile payment. So this question is for you, Epimac. What areas of the fintech ecosystem do you see are poised to have the biggest gains from API rollouts like these? And what would those areas or use cases further the advancement of financial inclusion?
Thank you so much. So first of all, I mean, as developers have said, I think all fintech startups will benefit from this. But I'd like to stress on specific areas because these are strategic areas not only for the industry but also for the country strategically. So if I look at the country, where the country is going today, I think there are a lot of opportunities on SME. I think Isham mentioned about that. As the country is driving towards industrialization agenda, SME is very key area. And we have not seen so much innovations around SME. I think a lot of fintechs tend to play around financial services space, and they've left the SMEs alone. So today, a lot of SMEs are struggling to collect, are struggling to get simple loans, are struggling even to manage their day-to-day businesses. So I think it's an opportunity now that we have launched the open APIs for the fintech society to look at this opportunity. This is the growing area in the country, and it's a strategic area. A lot of investment is going there. How does the industry help to digitize payments in this space. But another strategic area also for a country is agriculture. And there are very few innovations that have gone to agriculture sector. A lot of people come to us with ideas which are already executed, or it's already something which is already live. Maybe they've not even done a simple research. But in agriculture, you look at agriculture sector, the whole value chain within agriculture, there's very little innovation. And a lot of cash today is going, in agriculture sector is cash dominant. A lot of payments is still through cash, collections, disbursements. So it's an opportunity that the industry can tap into and build solutions with open APIs that will simplify the payments, collections, the whole value chains, the ecosystem, like create marketplaces where farmers can sell their products online and so forth and so forth. So I think these are strategic areas, but in short, I think the open APIs opens the world. Anyone who is innovative enough, anyone who is an entrepreneur can now think and create products easily using our open API platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Epimac. This next question is for Edwin. Edwin, benchmarking on experience with Smart Labs, we know you work around within the developer community quite frequently. How is the developer community poised to tap into these kinds of developments and drive sustainable change throughout the ecosystem?
Yeah. So actually, a couple of weeks ago, I was reading the report about, from ThinkScope, 2017 and 18, and then the new one from GSMA. It's true, as Epimac explained, there is a lot of opportunity on SMEs, because the SMEs, they're the ones really want to impact in terms of the people which we are around the community. But on top of that is, when you dive deeper into the GSMA report, it's actually, we have a lot of fintech companies and startups at which they're solving payment solutions. But now with this open API, pretty much is going to make things really, really easy. And of course, now people to focus more on a solution which is actually to impact the community. Something maybe from agriculture, transport, health. Health actually right now, it's a big thing. So how quickly are we going to solve these solutions? And when you look in terms of the ecosystem around Tanzania, even at the time when Vodacom, because as the one which pioneered to grow the ecosystem through Vodacom Digital Accelerator, a lot of applications whereby we received more than 500 applications. Most of them actually, I think it was about maybe 60 to 55% was around education and health. So pretty much there is a lot of things. When you say like we want to solve our local solutions, that is to say also people, they need to be educated. So education also is one of the biggest impact area at which our developers, they're actually working on it, around it. So as it to say, when now these people are delivering solution, Open API is going to really make them just think around the solution and then let the Open API handle all the payment and things like that. So with this revolutionary Open API feature, we are actually going to look in terms of a lot of solutions which are going to come out through. And for us within the ecosystem, this is the things which was being waited, I think maybe from 5 years back, since the ecosystem was being launched around the COSTEC, which payment was really, really key. So that people can get paid through their solution which they're going to impact. So with this, of course, time, it's key. And now we are going to look in terms of you just think, test, and go. So after that, it's more about impacting the community to get their solution and the problem solved. So looking forward more into it.
Thank you so much, Edwin. Just been told we're running a little bit out of time, so I'd like to direct attention to the audience. If there's any questions from the audience?
We apologize for the noise that's ongoing. We actually don't know what it is, but to ignore. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, for this fantastic panel? So informative. Now, to break the ice, 1 or 2 hands would be enough. Kwa wazungumzaji wetu, I can't see, sioni chochote na hiyo taa. Yes, asante, nirudishie kule mbele. Anyone feels they have anything additional? I don't think so. Lakini, it also means probably there's a better understanding by the very first part. Now, the input of the gentleman in front of you, so take it away. Tupige makofi, tujipigie makofi kama kwa uelewa wetu. Well, we'll take it right back to you. I love your hand signals.
Thank you, Taj. Is there any concluding remarks from the members of the panel?
Just to add, I think maybe there's no question because people, they just want to go and test. So now
Yes,
it's more for
I agree.
imagination and action.
Okay, I think from our side, once again, on behalf of Vodacom Tanzania, we are really pleased that you guys, you have time to test, and some have already started, as what Edwin said, that you want to even go now. So I don't know how to put it, but guys, changamkieni. Given the current conditions, and you guys, you all know what the world experienced for the couple of the past months. With these new norms, I think Open API has come at the right time. So I'm stressing again, we should not end by saying it's just an early Christmas, but we need to see the solutions. From my side, as far as digital is concerned, I'm keen and I'm so, it's like, I'm late, I want it today. So if this was a showstopper, now I want to see the solutions. Let really change people's life. And with the foundation from Vodacom Tanzania, with the strong network, state-of-the-art platforms, guys, the future is really exciting. So it's up to you. Thank you.
Okay, I think for me, I just have a few key takeaways. You heard it all here. From morning, we've been talking about a digitized ecosystem. For me, just a few takeaways that you can take with you. Remember, seamless, end-to-end connectivity, agility, fast. You heard Edgar, no VPN nightmares, guys. Simple documentation, which eventually results into faster time to market. Fail cheap, fail fast. You launch today in Tanzania, you launch tomorrow in Mozambique, you launch at midnight in Lesotho. So guys, there's no doubt this is a game changer. So desa lipo, changamka, M-Pesa ecosystem is open, guys. Thank you, that's it from me.
All right. Cleopatra, do you think you could find the middle spot? It'll truly balance out the picture. All right, tuwapigie makofi the panel to begin with. Congratulations for the M-Pesa Open API event, very successful, also the second part. Naomba tafadhali mpokee our expressions of gratitude to you and your souvenirs, your gift packs. Tuwapigie makofi wanavyopokea. Sijui mmeandaliwa nini vizuri vizuri. Safi. Could you all, yeah, all right, good stuff. Huh? Could you all take a step forward, kama labda watu moja na nusu mbele? Naomba nikaribishe the Vodacom Exco, please. Hisham and Co. Viongozi, naomba tujiunge kwenye picha. Let's join the picture. Left and right. Asante kwa kupita upande wa pili. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just before we conclude, na neno kutoka kwa MD, this is a picture of success today. kwa sehemu ya pili ya tukio letu. Tuwapigie makofi. Congratulations, great work. Kufikia hatua hii, si ajabu kulikuwa na lot of restless nights, lots of searching, lakini finally reached finding solutions, and that's very, very important. Tunashukuru sana. As I release everybody else, Hisham, please come and join us once again for a vote of thanks. And ladies and gentlemen, please do not leave. We have lunch, and we'd like for you to continue to network.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us and being our MC tonight. Thank you for all the effort. First, let me just thank you all for being with us today and being part of this amazing announcements that we have today. We talked about My Vodacom application, we talked about M-Pesa applications, we talked about the Open API. I would like to thank all the Vodacom team that was part of these great developments and these great achievements of today. M-Pesa team, My Vodacom team, our technology team, all the teams behind this great efforts. Our organizers for today did a great effort for being part of this and making this event successful. Big round of applause for all our organizers today. Thank you very much. Let me end with one last exciting announcement. Very soon, we are going to announce a hackathon for M-Pesa, so stay tuned for that and get excited. We're looking forward to your participation. Asante sana everyone, and looking forward. Have a good day and enjoy the lunch. Thank you.
Edgar and the developers in the room, please could you come forward? There's a special picture that we're setting up for you. Na tuwapigie makofi mengi sana. This is your moment. Karibuni mbele Edgar, tafadhali. Please come forward. And developers wote tujiunge na please na MD Vodacom for a very special picture. Please. Karibuni mbele. Karibuni jukwani.
So your love give me fever. All the time you come and the shiver. Now you be the one, just believe it. La diva, my diva. Oh, you turn Batman to sinner with your sexy body Carolina. For your love I can fight like John Cena. Hata kama nikiwa nguvu sina, kuko kila kitu baby, mchana kwa usiku baby, tufanye mavitu baby, mavitu kuko kila kitu.